This is a worrying time for people across the country. COVID-19 is once again prevalent in many communities, and we're at a critical time for controlling the virus, particularly here in Dublin. The last week has been really challenging, and the lack of leadership and mixed messages from government have caused huge anxiety and uncertainty in people's lives. Right now, we're all tired, frustrated and anxious, but we all know that public health has to come first. That's the first priority. Government have now published their guidelines, and I'm sure we'll all observe them, including in Dublin. People have lost their jobs and worry about the future. Many are grieving the loss of a loved one. Frontline workers brace themselves for a difficult autumn and winter. We miss seeing our family and friends. We miss all the enjoyable things that make up our lives. These are days that have tested us in ways we could never have imagined. But we also know that the pandemic won't last forever. Though we still have a long, hard road to walk, one day the COVID-19 emergency will be over. Restrictions and lockdown will be consigned to the past. Our families will be together again. We'll get our kids ready for school knowing that they will be safe. We'll go to work with the regular hopes and worries of the day. We will gather to cheer on our sports teams. And our young people will get to have the experiences they've been missing out on for so long. Working together, we will emerge from this crisis. And the important question is, what kind of Ireland do we want to live in when we do? Our post-COVID-19 Ireland should be an Ireland that prioritises workers and families and the things we know matter most, our health and our well-being. COVID has exposed the failings in housing and healthcare, in childcare and in education. It's exposed the lack of fairness that exists in our economy. Decades of underinvestment, bad policy and the wrong priorities increased the threat posed by COVID and damaged our ability to respond to it. So yes, this is a time of great challenge, but it's also a time of opportunity, a chance to deliver real change. This is the time to break with the failures of the past and imagine our country anew. Because we can't stumble from one housing crisis to another. We can't go on with lengthening hospital waiting lists. We can't have families and workers struggling with a rising cost of living. Now is the moment to plan for a fresh start, for our economy and public services, for those who need housing, for Ireland. This is the moment to deliver the affordable homes that people need, to strengthen our hospitals and our health service, and to build an affordable childcare system, to put more beds, more doctors and more nurses into our health system. It's also the moment to get our economy right. COVID-19 has shown that an economy built on low pay and weak protections for workers isn't only unfair, it's also dangerous. So we need a fair economy that works for everyone and improves your quality of life. An economy where you can work hard, do well at work, and provide well for yourself and your family. This can be achieved by creating good, sustainable jobs, particularly for our young people. Investment in public services and infrastructure will drive our recovery from COVID and provide resilience for any future shocks. Brexit and COVID-19 have made Irish unity part of everyday conversation. Growing our economy, protecting our health service, strengthening our agricultural sector all require an all-Ireland approach. So now is the time to progress this journey together. The pandemic hasn't dampened the appetite for change. If anything, it's strengthened it. We need change and fairness like we've never needed them before. Next month's budget must be the first step in seizing the opportunity to put things right, because we must fix housing and healthcare. we must fix education and our economy, and we must plan for the reunification of our country. That is what I would be focused on if I were Taoiseach. That is what Sinn Féin would be focused on if we were in government. The Ireland that emerges after this crisis will be decided by the choices made today. With a better government making better decisions, you and your family can have the fresh start that you deserve. Despite all the pain of the last 6 months, tomorrow is still coming. Níneart go curla céile. So let's keep doing everything we can to keep each other safe, and let's plan for that new Ireland we want to see